But so let's talk about the situation.
Oh, thank you.
Do you think that we can finally give credit to President Obama? Will the Republicans finally give credit?
Of course not. Come on. We're talking about the Republicans. I mean, this has got to eat at them because this is supposed to be what they're good at. You know, our little editorial this week is about, you know, if they're the party of fiscal responsibility and national defense, and they're not really good at either, what are they bringing into the table? You know? And so, really, I just want to know. You know, and it's not like I'm just asserting this. Bush famously said 6 months after 9/11, I don't think that much about bin Laden. He's not really on my mind anymore. Obama said in the campaign, I'm going to go after bin Laden. Mm-hmm. He didn't go after a vague war on terror. He said, let's focus on al-Qaeda. I mean, factually, this guy just has it better, has it right, did it better. You know, he personally rappelled down that helicopter and shot bin Laden in the eye like Mo Green.
I believe that. I believe it. Bill, how do you think the events of the week will impact the 2012 election?
Well, I mean, you you would think it would be a shoo-in, but that's, of course, what they said about Bush in 1991 when his ratings were sky high from the Iraq War. So much can happen between now and then, but, you know, if America can't give credit to our ninja president now, I don't know when they can. You know, he just is obviously a very competent, multitasking ninja.
I know.
He just seems to be able to do things that the other side can't. And isn't that what you want in a president? I mean, at the end of the day, the ideology should go out the window. It should be about efficiency and competency. And, you know, when I hear Donald Trump say he's the worst president ever, really? You know, got health care passed, stopped a depression from happening, you know, the economy, the shape it was in compared to where it is now, finally got this bin Laden monkey off our back. You know, it's just hatred. You know, they're just haters.
I mean, you often say on your show how stupid you think the American public is. You often will say,
yes,
you know,
I do.
Yes, you do. But, you know, you have to give them credit for one thing. They did elect Obama in the last election, so we'll give them credit for that. Do you think they'll do it again?
Well, let's remember that he was running against the ghost and Mrs. Muir. That had a lot to do with it, and the situation the country had been left in, I think any Democrat would have won. And let's remember, he did not win the white vote.
No, that's true.
But yeah, look, I do. He's a master politician. There is no doubt about it. Besides being such an effective leader, he knows how to play the political game. I'm one of the people on the left, Joy. You know this, and you are too at times. I see you talk about him all the time, and you are pretty hard at him sometimes when you don't think he's doing the things that we would like to see the perfect liberal president do.
Yes.
But given the situation he's in, you know, I think he's got a calculus in his mind that, you know, I have this much political capital, and when it gets up to here, I spend it. And when it's down here, I don't. And I think he knows that. I think he knows exactly how much to spend and when he can do it. And, you know, if I was betting my own money, I would bet anything on his reelection. Because, honestly, at the end of the day, who are the Republicans putting up? Who do they have? They can't rely on Tim Pawlenty's raw sex appeal forever.
Absolutely true. You know, it's after the bin Laden news, Trump sent out a tweet. And this is what it said. Don't forget to watch Donald J. Trump's Fabulous World of Golf tonight at 9 p.m. on the Golf Channel. Is this guy presidential or what? This is all he could say.
You know, this Trump situation, it reminds me so much of the Charlie Sheen situation, in that it's a guy who came on the scene with this incredible swagger. And Americans do like swagger. You know, they really like to see a guy with braggadocio ever since Muhammad Ali. This is something that is for, rap music. It just appeals to the American public in some way, or at least a certain segment of it. But it also tires very quickly. Like Charlie Sheen jumped the shark so fast. He went from winning to who's playing.
Yeah.
And Trump, almost the same thing. He was the front runner a week ago. Maybe he still is. But I think people get it now that he's a faded clown, and that this is not somebody you can take seriously.
Well,
he's
yeah.
just all id.
Yeah. And also, what about, Palin has jumped the shark also at this point, I think. Although she's possibly being replaced by Michelle Bachmann, which is scary. One doesn't read and the other one doesn't read history,
Right. Michelle Bachmann, for people who find Sarah Palin too intellectual. Jump the shark, I feel like she was eaten by a shark. I don't know. She seems to have lost her place at the trough there because so many people have out-Palin Palin. And she seems almost irrelevant. But I think, in a short while, Donald Trump will be, too. I've been saying until just this last week, I thought he is definitely going to be running. But now he's got a whiff of the grape shot. He's finding out what it's like when they fire back at him, like Obama did at the Correspondents' Dinner.
It was brilliant.
And I don't think he likes it. I mean, it was his massive ego that got him in this race. But now that they're taking a lot of shots at him, I bet you he's going to take his ball and go home.
Anyway, thank you, Bill, very much for joining me tonight. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Watch Real Time with Bill Maher Friday nights on HBO. Bill will also be performing at the Cobb Energy Performing Arts Center in Atlanta on May 26th. We'll be back.